Yo, what is up, guys? As promised, today we are going over the stack, a little stack recap. Now, in my first video, I basically, like my first stacking video or coin video, Noly's Coins, episode 1, I pretty much went over the beginning of this stack. You know, you guys seeing everything, you know, all the proof coins in here, you know, the star notes I don't really feel like sharing, but all the foreign coins, New York quarters, the bicentennials, you know, the stupid shit I was saving in this one. This is actually the $50 that Amex sent me with the roll of 40% silver. And this one, as you see, is 1971. I guess it's kind of hard to see there, but it's 1971. And they replaced it with my 90% silver Kennedy I got somewhere in here. There it is. So today, basically, we're just going to go over... Excuse me. So today we're basically just, as we go over, I'm just going to start pulling them out left to right here. We're not really going to go over the 90% silver $50, but I mean, maybe I will. Maybe I'll take them out. I mean, it's mostly Kennedys in here. We got, you know, one Walking Liberty here. We got a Christopher Columbus, 1893. We got a Barter, 1912, I believe. Yep. Cleaned. This George Washington commemorative. Here, maybe we'll lay him out like that for now. Push him over. Sorry for the cat hair on my little blanket here. And we got this Benji. We'll take out one of the Kennedys, and just for the sake of it, 90% silver Kennedy up top. So you got the 40 and the 90. I feel like the 90 should go in front, 40 down. And that's the $50. And a whole bunch of others. We're also not going to go through the non-silver, you know, rounds I got here. The Nolan Ryan coin, which I said I'm not going through it. I pulled it out just to show you guys. I just love this coin. It's one of my favorite coins, even though it's not silver. I mean, it's really not so often you see the name Nolan on anything. And to see my first and my middle name on a coin, that's just fucking wild to me. So, I mean, I know who Nolan Ryan is, so I know it's his name. But actually, fun fact, those who don't know much about Nolan Ryan, who think they know stuff, but maybe not know this, his first name is not actually Nolan. It's Lynn. His father was Lynn Nolan Ryan, and Nolan Ryan became Lynn Nolan Ryan Jr. So, I guess it was just easier for them to say Nolan Ryan, you know, Lynn Nolan. That just sounds Lynn Nolan, you know what I mean? Like, could have just said no Lynn, you know, instead of Lynn, no Lynn. I'm just having fun there, guys, but yeah, it's just fun. And yeah, if you're curious, if you haven't seen the video where I state, yeah, my name is Nolan Ryan Riley. So I guess we can start off with the bars as well. So yeah, we're basically just gonna take a look. We're not gonna go over why I purchased anything. We're just gonna have a fun peek at everything, just so you guys can see this stack. And I guess while I go over this, there's a topic I want to bring up, and that's silver for barter. We go through this, we'll just talk about it a little. But actually, before we start the stack, this is a fun find from the week. I got a painted red quarter, so I actually learned about these quarters through Silver Dragons. It's funny because I found this quarter like maybe a week before he put out the video, and this video he just put out like 2 weeks ago. So he kind of came in clutch. I didn't have to ask about him. I really wasn't too curious. I just figured someone painted on, you know, a quarter, and my favorite color is red, so I decided to keep it. However, these were actually used, so if you would go to a bar and they had a jukebox, if you saw a painted red quarter, this was the house's quarter, so when the people who come and collect the change at the jukebox, they would know to leave these for the house, that it was their quarter, so that they could just play music all night for free. So that's the little fun history behind red quarters, if you see these. Mine's not a silver one, however. This is just a 1974 regular Washington quarter. So we're going to throw that back up here. With my regular change, it's not too collectible. And my star notes here. So here. Alright, yeah. So as I said, I wanted to talk about silver for barter. I know it's a hot topic in the silver community. Silver stacking community, as you want to call it. However, you know, when shit hits the fan, now the way I look at it, if shit were to hit the fan, we're talking apocalyptic events, right? I mean, usually that's what I'm getting at. We're talking about like world-ending events, like, I don't know, zombies or, you know, nuclear warfare, and, you know, basically little to no human life left, just what is able, like, who is able to survive, you know, the weakest, I mean, the strongest of the bunch. So, here are my bars here. So we got 7 bars total for the stack. That's 7 ounces of silver right there. I think out of all these, my favorites between the JM Bullion and the Leo bar. I actually really do like this Nadir here, or Nader. I don't know if I said that right. Still working on my pronunciations, but back to what I was saying about silver for barter. So when shit hits the fan, right, you know, 80% of humans are gone, or I don't know, maybe we're all just struggling to survive. It's becoming a war land out there, a war zone outside. You know, everyone's fighting for resources, this or that. You know, and the silver community, you know, I constantly hear, oh, well, you know, we could use this constitutional silver as currency, you know, when shit hits the fan and we're in a state like that. But here's the thing, guys. When it comes down to it, the only people that are going to have any use with metals are the people who know industry, and that's if they survive when shit hits the fan, you know. So, to my knowledge, I know silver is one of the major conductors of electricity. So if shit hits the fan and you're one of those people that knows how to use silver to produce electricity for people who are like, maybe you have a community, you know, like a survival community like Woodbury or Alexandria or something like that, you know, like Walking Dead, and maybe you got somebody who knows how to use the silver and put it to use, an industrial use for the community, and, you know, that becomes his purpose within that community, then yeah, you could use this as a currency for the community that uses silver to conduct their electricity. However, the thing is, when shit hits the fan, the way I see it is that the main resources for exchange are going to be food and water. I guess you could put them in the same category. You got food, water, shelter, weapons, and last but not least, sex. Those are going to be the main sources of trade when we become an apocalyptic planet or country or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what everyone's talking about. I know we all have this our own idea of shit hitting the fan, you know what I mean? Like, what's going to happen? How's it going to happen? If anyone wants to share their theories in the comments, go for it. Maple Leaf. This is the round I don't really like. If anyone is interested in that, you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you for 30. But yeah, back to it. So some of these ain't rounds, as you see. Like here we got just constitutional silver, you know, 60% Canadian silver. We got some rounds here. I guess keep the dollars up there like that, and from here we're just going to try to lay out these rounds as best we can. But yeah, again, I'm sorry I keep getting distracted by how I'm laying these out, my organization and all that. So silver for barter, yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, maybe you give the world some time to revive itself and, you know, get back on its feet. But the thing is, you know, if I need something in the end of the world and someone else has it, I'm not going to go up to him with silver and be like, hey man, I got this coin that is no longer in use because Canada is no longer a thing because the world ended, but maybe you could take this coin that you don't have anything to do with it in exchange for some food, some water, maybe shelter, you know, etc. Or, hey, I would like to exchange this silver round for a gun, you know, or however many silver rounds for a gun. And it's just like, you know, for the most part, that person's going to want something a little bit more useful than silver rounds or silver coinage, which, again, when the world ends, is probably going to be an obsolete thing for a long time until, again, the world gets back on its feet. So, you know, people are going to trade water for shelter, gun for shelter, shelter for guns, shelter for food, Shelter will probably, in my opinion, be the biggest commodity. I mean, who doesn't want a roof over their head, right? But I know you guys who are listening heard me say sex as well. And yes, unfortunately, when shit hits the fan, there are going to be disgusting people out there that just force themselves upon other people, as we have already. And it's truly a disgusting world. But with that said, as we all know, it's a market. You got porn, you got OnlyFans, you got street workers, you know. Sex is a commodity. And when shit hits the fan, it's going to be a higher commodity over silver. I mean, I don't know about my gentleman on here. As much as I love my silver, there's probably one thing I'm always going to love more. And that's having some good times with some good-looking women, you know. So, in total, this stack is about 66 ounces. I'm going to double-check my portfolio for you guys and put it down on the screen so you guys can see. But as you see here, I got my coins just stacked up there. I'm just trying to lay out the rounds here so you guys can get a good little, preview. You guys can see all 66 rounds. Well, actually, shouldn't have said that. The 66 ounces of silver is not all in rounds and bars. It's within this, too. So I calculate all the percentages of silver, the weights and all that. I put it into my portfolio, and I do the math that way. That way I know exactly how many ounces, or roughly how many ounces of silver I have, because you never know, some of these could have some tear in them, you know, maybe they were cleaned and it's losing a little bit of silver there, so, you know, it just is what it is. You guys see how I struggle with my organization here? It's my OCD. I just don't know where to put things, or if there's a better way to do it. So we got all these out. Gotta start getting these capsuled ones out. Maybe I could lay them down in the bin here for you. Here's my Merry Christmas round that I don't really like. Oop. Liberty rounds. Kookaburra. Just like saying that. Kookaburra. Kookaburra. Cuckoo for kookaburras. Sorry. If you unsubscribe after that, I totally understand. Just trying to get it all out now. But I basically said what I had to say for silver for barter. I don't know how many of you guys feel the same. Maybe there's more I'm not looking at. If you guys want to share that in the comments below, or how you feel about it, maybe you feel the same way as me. But honestly, when shit hits the fan, when the world ends, whichever way you want to put it, there are going to be things that we're going to want first. One thing I love to say is wants and needs. There's things we're going to want, and there's things we're going to need. We're going to need food and shelter and ammunition or weapons, a source that would help us hunt, you know what I mean, or farm and harvest. And then there's the wants. Louie, what are you doing? Scratching over there. But we're not going to want silver coins. When shit hits the fan and we're starving or we're parched and we need water, we're not going to look at these and be like, oh, maybe I could exchange this. You know, we're going to go find a resource or exchange for the resource. We're going to offer something up, you know, another goods or service in exchange for the goods or services that we need. And this is not going to be a main one, in my opinion. Now, I know there's probably plenty of you out here that are going to disagree, and that's absolutely fine. You know what I mean? You know, hopefully we never have to see when shit hits the fan, but when we do, we will. You know what I mean? And then if you find me in the apocalypse, you know, we could argue about it then. But for now, we're just going to talk about it. You know, add your opinion. You know, be respectful on the channel. As always, you know, that's one of the biggest things I want on my channel is respect between one another. So hard to get respect these days. You know, I'm working in a produce market. You know, the hardest 3-syllable word for people to say when you're in their way, it's excuse me. It's like, I know I'm in your way. All you got to say is excuse me, and I will gladly get out of the way. It's an easy word. It's 3 syllables. You know, I don't get what's so hard to say about it. People would rather get in your way or push you out the way then just say that kind 3-syllable word, you know? Excuse me. That's it. Excuse me. Or you could be fun and be like, excuse me, you know, or do something stupid, you know? Have some fun with it, man. Life, you know, maybe I'm too uptight for getting upset that people don't say excuse me. And I'm about to say people need to loosen up, but it's literally just manners, man, you know what I mean? But here's all my fractional rounds. We got a few half-ounce rounds here, about 7, me counting, man. 5, 7, 9, and then we got some quarter-ounce rounds here. And we got our 10th ounce silver round there. That's the Liberty that goes with that Liberty head and that Liberty. The North Fed rounds, which actually this guy who minted this round here, and that round there, and a whole bunch of others. He's actually in jail for 70 plus years because he was minting these rounds with denominations on them, and that's illegal. So don't be that guy if you're pouring silver or making your own rounds. Be smart about it. But here's the stack, guys. Just put the bars back in there. I laid these out. Here's my Silver Eagles if you want to take a peek at those. I only got 2 for now. But yeah, that was my topic for today. Let me know how you guys feel. This is the stack recap. This is Noly from the Nolyverse. And today I just talked about silver for barter. Went over my stack. You know, again, we're at 66 ounces for the stack. We're going to be picking up more on Friday, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully going to hit that peak 70, so that will leave us 30 ounces left until we hit 100, the big milestone. And as I said, when we get to 100, I'm either going to get myself a couple 5-ounce bars or one big 10-ounce silver bar. And it's going to be a chunk, man. I'm going to be sticking that in my pants and having it. No, I'm just playing. I'm sorry, guys. I like to have a little humor on my channel. If it gets a little much, you can let me know in the comments. If you guys rather me just stick to silver, if you don't find me funny at all, that's fine. But that is it for today, guys. Again, if you agree with me or disagree with me with silver for barter, put it down in the comments. I will be happy to hear your opinions. This is the stack. Let me know how you guys feel. Let me know which of these rounds is your favorite. You know, which one would you want to put or add to your stack? Not that I'm selling it or giving any away, but just, you know, let's talk. Let's talk in the comments. I want to be part of I want you guys to be part of my Nolyverse, you know. So, as I said, guys, that is it for today. This is the stack. This is Noly's stack, Noly's coins. This is Noly from the Nolyverse. Have a good one, guys. Hello guys, this is Noly from the Nolyverse, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe. It helps the channel, it helps me, and stay tuned for more content. Have a good one.